Howdy, my name is Rebecca Valentine, and I am here with Sarah Beaulieu, narrative director at Ubisoft for Assassin's Creed Mirage. Sarah, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so excited about Assassin's Creed Mirage. I know you're hard at work on the final touches on Mirage. It's coming up later this year. It's the upcoming new entry in the Assassin's Creed franchise. It's promising a return to the series' roots with a focus on stealth and this beautiful, intimate city setting in Baghdad. So I'm thinking about how this is a return to the series' roots. We're talking Assassin's Creed 1, which I'm a huge fan of. And I think longtime fans know this is quite different from what we've seen recently in games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So what would you say are the biggest differences if someone was coming out of Assassin's Creed Valhalla and then playing Assassin's Creed Mirage?
So first thing you said it's stealth. So we focused on stealth really much. We focused also on parkour, really, because Baghdad is such a dense city with very narrow streets, parkour and assassination, which is also a good, a very important pillars of ours. So that's going to be not the main difference because it's still, the Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla actually showed parkour and stealth and of course assassination, but it is very key and very core to our game. So yes, the three pillars.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that struck me a lot was learning that combat was not necessarily being deprioritized, but it's kind of a second option, effectively. Like when stealth does not work out, when stealth and parkour goes wrong, then you are caught up in fighting. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. That's not Basim's thing, combat, close-up combat. His thing is stealth, really. So what we wanted to do is really encourage the player to find ways to actually, get to a target, hunt the target, strike the target. So you have different opportunities. You have, you can bribe the guards to enter. You can actually, cause distraction. Some way. That's different ways to actually enter what we call a black box mission. So that's these places, these spaces where you can hunt a specific target in different ways. So yes, stealth first and combat last resort. Yeah.
Is it fair to compare it to, I remember in Assassin's Creed 1, you were able to sort of, you would go to the area that you knew your target was in, and then you would spend some time gathering intel. So you try to listen in on conversations or figure out, a strategic way to approach them. And then that would sort of inform the different pathways you could take. Is there a similar thing happening with Mirage?
Exactly. That's what we call the black box missions, actually. The black box missions is exactly what you described. So, it's we want to encourage the stealth. You have different opportunities, and if you want to replay the missions, you can do it again. It's also, as a player too, I know that I want to replay some of the things, some of the missions, and I played Assassin's Creed Mirage very, very often, and I tested, the different opportunities, and it feels fresh every time, and it feels new, and it's what we want to do. So in terms of narrative, what we did is actually mixing what we see from the earlier games, so the linear story, the more linear story. So we have that in Mirage, at the beginning it's very linear, and then we open to the to the world, and you have different targets you can hunt in the city, and you can play it in any order. You can reach a first target, then come back to the second target, etc. So that's the open world structure, but still you can feel the evolution of Basim as an assassin inside the open world structure, and then go back to something more linear. So we kept this very linear progression and evolution of the character in mind, even in the open world structure. So yes, different opportunities, different paths, etc. But still, it's a character-driven story.
That's wonderful. So, tell me a little bit about that character, Basim. He's a street thief, I understand, who becomes an assassin.
Basim is a character that I loved in Valhalla for many reasons, but the Basim you are going to meet in Mirage is not the Basim from Valhalla at all. It's a fresh, new character. It's really not the same character as you saw before.
So wait, it's absolutely not the same guy, or it's
a very different character. He's not, in terms of personality, he's still a young person at that moment. He's still a young thief, and his evolution is really progressive. So what I like in Basim personally is the fact that he's a very complex character, and he has issues, I would say. and I related, and I think that's the point in Mirage is how much the fans and the players are going to relate to his struggles, because it's struggles that everybody has, and we focused on that really in this evolution as a person, Basim as a person. So yeah, I hope you love him as much as I do.
So Assassin's Creed 1 came out way back in 2007, and I know since then, there's been some criticisms of how certain aspects of representation were handled in that game.
Yeah.
So what work have you done here to reflect on that feedback and make sure that Mirage's details and story and representation are as authentic and respectful as possible?
So actually, that's something I'm really proud of, and I'm proud of the team on that matter, because so we have experts inside Ubisoft who actually helped us on a very daily level, and then we had experts on the outside. So some people came just to give their advices and expertise on very specific topics. So that's the first point. And the other point was inside the team again, for example, we wanted actors who came from Middle East or whatever the characters they were playing were from. So, for example, Basim, his origins are never told in Valhalla. We know that he was born in Samarra, and back in the days, especially in Baghdad, people would come from everywhere. So you have people coming from Middle East, but also from other countries, and we have this diverse city that we wanted to portray. So again, we had experts from every field, and I'm really proud of that aspect, really, because I think we did a great job on portraying this diverse city with all the people in it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see it. I mean, I know it's not quite the city that we saw. It's a different city than what we saw in Assassin's Creed 1, but I know there's going to be some similarities in like architecture and culture that cross over there, and I'm very excited to sort of revisit some of that feeling.
Yeah, it is quite different though, because it's different. It's 200 years before, and it's also a very it's a very diverse city, so you can meet people from all origins there. Baghdad was the center of the world at that point in history, so we really feel that in terms of of the people you meet again, and the architecture too.
How do you feel about sort of going back and revisiting this very specific style of Assassin's Creed that you've kind of moved away from over the years? Is it scary? Is it risky? Is it challenging? Is it exciting? Where are you at on that?
Yeah, we are very aware of the heritage and what we need to do, what we want to do also as players, because the dev team is also a team of players. So that's both challenging and exciting. Personally, it warms my heart to see how people react to the walkthrough, to what we did in the last couple of months. So I hope that people will love the game and will love Basim and will love the gameplay. But again, it's exciting.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much for coming and talking about Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm really stoked to get my hands on it later this year.
Thank you for having me again. Thank you.
Assassin's Creed Mirage is coming to PC, Xbox, and PlayStation on October 12th. We got a little bit of time to wait, so for now, stick around. We've got more Summer of Gaming coming up.